very, very special guest, LILBOYROC. How you doing, man? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I just pulled up. I got my brothers with me.
Sure.
Came through with Solo, came through with Shout out Slime World.
Mm-hmm.
For the most part, it's hot outside. We just came in. It's a little hot in here, but we gonna get the job done.
Sure. Let's get into it, my guy. But we'll start with the first question that we always ask all of our people that come on the show. So when did you start rapping?
So there's two answers to that, but I'll get the first one for short. Started rapping, just as a kid. I always, was into it. But if being serious, like really, like being LILBOYROC, like I want to say maybe like 2-3 years ago, for the most part, yeah.
I feel you. So where'd you get the name LILBOYROC? Where'd that come from?
So essentially, like when I first really like got into music, like I was like the biggest Kid Cudi fan ever. So like his music saved my life. So I wanted to be able to do that same thing with music for somebody else. I wanted a kid to say the same thing about me. So I needed a name that was gonna have that weight, that impact. So I couldn't do Kid Rock because that was already taken. So I figured out a way to say Kid a different way. That's where the LILBOY came from. And Rock is just something that's always been around. Everybody always called me that. So LILBOYROC just came about, and I've been saving lives ever since.
I feel you. That's a good story. What made you gravitate towards Cudi? Like his messaging and his lyrics. Like what made you really gravitate towards him?
Really, what it was is I wasn't big on hip hop. Like I hadn't really touched any hip hop until like high school for real. So before high school, all I knew was rock music, Afro beats, cause I'm Nigerian. And that's really what I stayed into. And then I slowly transitioned to hip hop, and Kid Cudi was that transition into hip hop for me. So it was like right before I got introduced to Kanye, it was Kid Cudi that I was listening to. So then it was just like it didn't sound like the rest of the music. Like I would hear hip hop and it just sounded like noise. So when I heard Cudi talking, like he would speak to me. So it was just like I just resonated with it, and I didn't even know what he was talking about.
I feel you. So like what were you listening to before you got into rapping, before you got into Cudi?
Okay, pretty much it was really just like rock music. So it was like, My Chemical Romance, Nirvana, of course, Green Day, and then like Afrobeat side, we was listening to a lot of like WizKid. WizKid was like the biggest one at the time. And then just like a couple of other music, and I won't even lie to y'all, like don't even know the names, can't lie to y'all, because really it was just my people always playing the music around the house. So if I was to give a little backstory on the rock music, I went to a Catholic school growing up, and it was predominantly white. So when I'm in class, the kids is putting me on to what they listening to from their siblings. So when I'm at school, all I get is rock music. When I go to the crib, all I hear is Afro beats. So it was just like that, and then like I said, just played a big role.
Was Kid Cudi came?
Yeah, Kid Cudi kind of like bridged the gap on some okay, it's similar to what I've been listening to, but it ain't, And it is like, once I heard that, then I heard the Kanye features that opened me up to Wayne, that opened me up to Jay-Z. Then it's like from there I just went and got lost in that black hole. Just been studying ever since.
I feel you. So when did you when was your first song? When did you first started actually rapping?
Okay, I was never gonna tell nobody this, but I'll give y'all the scoop. I think I was like a third grade or something, right? And this is like I think I don't know if it was when the MacBooks came out, but it was like the older MacBooks, like the late, just the fat ones, the ones with the actual CD-ROM or something like that. So my brother had one. I was like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? I gotta go get that. So I couldn't get it. I was a kid. So I went and stole his laptop. I found something called GarageBand, and I recorded I made a little beat, recorded a song, then I told my brothers, I'm like, y'all gotta go hop on this too. We all gonna get in trouble. So then from there it was just every now and then I just make a song, and then I just tell my brothers hey, y'all gotta rap. And it was really my brother Solo that had me okay, I gotta go harder, because every time I showed a song to somebody, they'd be like, you're weak. and your brother's cold. So I'd be like, I got tired of it, and then I just kept going. So really, it was from that third grade moment, that little, when stole on MacBook, and just like I said, every couple months I just make a song on some playing around stuff.
So that really fuels you.
Yeah, it was some, and to be completely honest, like I really had no like drive for the music. It just kind of always kept coming back around because I was really in the books. Like I wasn't. My head was not thinking about music for real. Like,
I feel you.
If you would have asked me, let's say like 5-6 years ago, if I was gonna be a rapper, I would have told you no. I would have been a lawyer. You feel me? Music been around, but you know what I'm saying. Like I said, I'm Nigerian. I would have never took music serious.
I feel you. So when did you start like realizing like, oh, like I'm actually like nice at this? Because like you said, since the third grade. You know what I'm saying? So when did you start to get that?
Really, it was when Solo quit. When Solo quit rapping, I knew I was better than him. I knew I was good at it. And it was just like that. Like, it was so simple. Because I'm like, there's no way the guy that's been told by everybody he's so cold just up and quits. And he like, I'm going to let you do that. When he said that, it's like, that was almost like an indication on some like, okay, I'm really better than you. I might really be that. Let me, keep diving in. And that kind of like fueled it too. So.
I feel you, because I feel like that. I feel like we definitely heard a story like that before, and it did the same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Really made somebody an artist.
Yeah,
so
because with even the whole like I said, just like having brothers, you just always. You look up to them, but then it get to a certain point where you just want to be better than them. You know what I'm saying? Like, idols become your rivals.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
I feel you.
Yeah.
So other than Kid Cudi, did you have any other influences?
Yeah, I would say like, so Kid Cudi like influenced me on some like, start paying attention to music, but like as far as like, getting me like rapping, like wanting to actually rap, I want to say it was really just a combination of seeing like Chicago really bubble over, like when it was like Keith, when he got on and like he had the whole city fired up. I'm looking at like Chance, Lucky, Super, but I know it's some names I'm forgetting, but like I was around the whole scene. I literally used to go to all the shows that used to happen. Never was rapping seriously. People didn't even recognize me. But I was just I was around it so much, and that's when I was, like I said, like 3 years I've been taking it serious. It was like after I graduated from high school, it's like after seeing all that, it's like, why ain't I doing this? For real. And then, like I said, since I had been rapping and been putting that just the tools together, it was just like, okay, let me expand on this. Let me actually really dive in and move forward with it. So.
I feel you. That's what's up, man. But let's dive into your first project as LILBOYROC. How was your first project?
So my first project as LILBOYROC, now it's two ways I can address this. Now I did have songs, that were like, put out on SoundCloud. Right now my SoundCloud is probably like 250 songs. So, but my first project is Chopper Season 2. That's the mixtape. That's my first ever mixtape. And I think that one, now if I go like clearly like the influence, I give off that, Atlanta type of vibe. And that's the part I forgot to mention, which is like Young Thug. He is a bigger, influence of mine. Like, I did mention that I don't know if I did mention, but I've been producing for 7 years. So that's why I was actually around the music the way I was, because I always just had an ear for beats. So my biggest two inspirations that led me up to Chopper Season 2 was Metro Boomin and Young Thug. And just seeing how they work, because knowing that Metro Boomin is from like St. Louis, and he has that Atlanta sound, that kind of fueled me to be like, okay, let me go into this trap wave and really tackle it. And then it's like, during that time when Keith and all them was coming up, I felt like I was the only one in the city really paying attention to Young Thug, because I was listening to I Came From Nothing, and he kind of even had me open my ears up to Wayne. Like, don't get me wrong, Wayne is the GOAT, but I get lost every time I play his music. It was like Young Thug dumbed it down. So when I went back and listened to Wayne, I'm like, damn, he cold as hell. And then pretty much like all that fueled into just like how I attack my raps as, you know, LILBOYROC, and like all the little metaphors that I've got. It's like, you know, quick punchlines, but then also, you know, talking about feelings or just talking about however you go about it. It's like, it's all unorthodox. And I kind of learned a lot of that from Doug himself, you know, just by examining his projects. And Chopper Season 2 was, that's like the staple in my career, honestly. You know.
I know you got a song named after Young Thug too, right?
Yeah, I did.
What was like the meaning behind that? And I guess like what sort of made that happen?
So like when I made that song Young Thug, it was on some like, I've been trolling Young Thug for years. You know what I'm saying? Like to the point where they actually noticed me. So it was like even before that I made 3 projects. They was all about Young Thug. So Young Thug came out with Barter 6. I came out with the Barter 7. Young Thug came out with Jeffrey. I came out with Jeffrey 2. Young Thug came out with another project. I came out with another one too. But you know, like with that whole Young Thug sound, it was because the hook, if you listen to it, it's a country vibe. Like the song is a little old, so I kind of forgot the hook, but I just remember it because I shot a video with it. But yeah, like I was on there just clown. I was really trolling Thug on the song. It was like, oh, it's like hop out the bed, shake my dreads, turn my swag on. And it's like, I'm like, hey, I'm copying Thug, well, like making fun of him. So I was like, okay, Young Thug gonna be the title. And then everybody liked it, and I was like, I guess it stuck. Like, cause you know, if you listen to my music, even that song Young Thug, it doesn't sound like anything on Chopper Season 2. You know what I'm saying? It's just like the evolution process. I was listening to Thug, but I kind of knew that at the time, if I just up and showed my influence right away, they'd be like, oh, he a clone. And you know what I'm saying? Like if you go listen to Chopper Season 2, you be like, okay, he want to know why I sell people. But if you go back and listen to all my music, you won't really say that. You just say he's exploring another sound. So.
I feel you. So when you what made you really gravitate towards Thug?
What made me gravitate towards Thug was just his unorthodox, like, it was like Ye in a way, like everything he did got hated on in a sense because he was the first to do it. And it just made me be like, okay, well, he's a leader, not a follower. He don't care about the rest. And that's how I view myself, so I just resonated with everything he moved. Like the way he moves, the way his music is, like I just resonate with that.
How did like Slime World come together? I'm like, you start saying that, and like, I've seen your music. And,
okay.
You know, that's like a brand that you sort of like represent.
Yeah, so like if you was to ask me like what is Slime World, I would answer that as, you know, I would first have to say that Slime World is something that everybody can join. And then next I would have to tell you like Slime World is a lifestyle, right? So essentially everybody on this planet has the ability to take their world and cover it in slime. Now, when I say cover it in slime, I'm essentially saying that you had the ability to take your negative and turn it into a positive. Now, if I was to, and that's the actual meaning of what Slime World is, right? And now, if I was to talk about Slime World, it's a company, it's a brand, it's a network. It's something that everybody can get involved in, no matter what you're doing. You had the ability to be in Slime World.
So we got the little scoop behind Chopper Season 2. So how did this new project Summer Smash come about? Because you know, it's definitely different than Chopper Season 2. And there's a lot of different sounds on there. So how did that come about?
Okay. Really, so it was every single supporter in Slime World. They kept pressing me. They like, okay, we done had Chopper Season 2 for a little while, like feed us, you know, like we hungry. And it's like, I got y'all when the time is right, but over that course of time, like even from when I started taking it serious up until this point, I had little fan hits. So it'd be like little songs that everybody gravitated to. And I'd be like, okay, all right. But it'd be like every 6 months or something, like they just get a song and just go crazy for it. So I took all them little fan hits and I put it on one project. And I said, this is the summer where I'm about to make history. So it's going to be a summer smash. And then, you know, Slime World came together, Solo Ye. It made so much sense to put all the hits on one project and give it to them. and I've just been positive reviews ever since.
Yeah, because you have Honey on there.
Yeah, and
That's a vibe. How did that come about? Because I remember when you had like an animation that dropped when the song came out, and I was all like, this is like every time I see like artists do something that I really love, I'm like, this is next level shit, man. So like, how did that whole thing come about? And it was on the radio too.
Yeah, so it's been on the radio, little spins like here and there.
Mm-hmm.
How like Honey came about, like that song was essentially me playing around with, like I said, that Afro beat influence that I've always had, and I kind of wanted to do something that I ain't never heard before, and that's really like how I go about my songs. Like it's gotta sound so different to the point where it sounds good, you know. And I knew when I pushed the boundaries on it, it was like you play Honey, you don't know if it's country music or a reggae song or a trap song, like you don't know, you know. And that song just came together at the time I was really having some dealings with this one girl, and you know I was really in love, so I wrote that song and about her. That's why it's like I say on the song like you know, I'm gonna put you above me or something like that, you know. And it's just like at the time I was really just talking about my emotions, putting in a song, and breaking barriers with new sounds. So.
Yeah, because I really love that song, man. And I remember when it came out, like, damn, he got one.
Yeah.
I can hear this, you know, at a lot of places. He for real got one. But obviously another one that I want to point out is that round of applause. You've seen the video.
the video's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Because he sent it to me. He was like, yo, we're doing a LILBOYROC interview, and he sent me the video. I'm like, oh, let's do it. Let's do it. Because that video is insane. So let's talk about the round of applause. Let's talk about how the song came about and how the video came about.
Okay. Yeah, so that song was a joke. Like, it wasn't, I didn't take it serious at all. Like,
Really?
I spent 5 minutes recording the song. If you hear the applause in the song, like go clap, 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 round of applause, like that's a bar. You know, so I was literally just joking. Like, you know, like it wasn't supposed to be serious at all. And then I just kept going. And then like the song got finished, and I was just like, this sound different. And I always played around with no auto, but you know, I love auto tune, so like I don't really do it too much. I showed it to Solo. What's this? I don't know. You feel me? Like, so then I showed it to Ye, and they tripping. They like, oh, this the one. This the give me a TikTok vibe. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just real uppity. And then we went and we got the song mixed, planned out the video shoot. You know, I wouldn't have been able to do that if Ye and Solo wasn't there. So, and then we put that song together, and we've been getting positive reviews about it. You know, I didn't never think it was gonna be one of those, like, you know how people would be like, it's always the song that you don't never take serious, and it was that. And to be honest, like, it's a feeling. Like all the songs on Summer Smash, right? Every song on there, I got that same feeling making every song, and even Honey, I didn't take that serious when I did it. I just knew, like, I put it like this. I know it's a hit if I get done with it under 10 minutes.
Really?
Like, it's a certified hit, because I didn't second guess myself. I literally worked right through the process. And, you know, for the song to have that same effect every time, like when it's like that feeling, and I can go to somebody else and play it, and they'll be like, oh, no, that's the one. It's like, it's just major. So when we got done with Round of Applause, we put it all together, we just knew that had to be another song on Summer Smash for sure.
So when you know it, you know it.
Yeah.
I feel you. So that makes me want to bring up this question. Like, what is your approach when you like actually like sit down and try to make a song? Like when you go into the studio, like what's your actual approach? Can you know, get it done extremely fast? You know?
Yeah. So it's multiple ways. Like, you know, like I said, I always haven't been making the music that I've been making right now. Like, I've always had different other ways that I explore it, and for the most part, you might get me punch in. So it's like I said, I paid attention to Thug, and that whole punching in, trying to finish a song as fast as possible. Like that's something that I really like strive to do. But then it's like you might have songs that I go right, such as, let's say, like Another song, I think the next song on the list for Summer Smash, the third track I believe is Run the Game. And a song like that is like I had to talk about something a little heavier, so I go in on that process, and I'm not worried about how fast I can get it done. I'm worried about how that message is gonna be perceived. So like I sat down and wrote the hook, and I worked on that song for a day. And this is the funny part. I worked on that song for a day, put my heart in it, didn't feel like it was connecting, then recorded the song under 10 minutes and a half. So it's like it's like I said, it's a science to it, but I don't overthink it. Like I don't go in there and be like, okay, let me record this as fast as possible because it's gonna be a hit. I just go in like I got the intent of making the best song ever. So if I was to choose my process is to make sure that I always make a good song.
I feel you, because I feel like all these songs, I feel like you definitely explained that very well with the songs that you put on this project and what you were trying to get out of them. And I feel like they definitely give off that vibe exactly how you're explaining it, because they are essentially hits. You know what I'm saying? And it was it 5 tracks? 6 tracks.
Yeah,
6 tracks.
Benny Hanna on there?
Yeah, Benny Hanna's on that too.
Exactly.
They all really give off the same feel. Like I even just a little backstory with like Benny Hanna and
You dropped that last year.
Yeah, I dropped it last year, and that was just a regular single. Like, and at the time, like I think when people was hearing that, they was like, oh, "Okay, you sound like Gunna, you sound like Thug, Travis Scott." Like it was just the craziest like comparisons. But that like I said, that the Benny Hanna song, like it got done so quick that like even on that verse I was playing around. Like I wasn't even taking the song serious. It wasn't until Solo said, "You got one." So then I was like, okay, I'm gonna listen to him. So
I feel you. So the recognition from your homies really helped you.
Yeah.
How big of like, I'm sorry to cut you off.
Oh, go ahead.
How big of like an influence do like your team have as far as like creative direction or like rollout when you're getting ready to like drop an EP or like an album or something?
I want to be honest, they really my only influence. So like it's kind of like I said, like my team is comprised of my brothers, so it's composed of my brothers. Excuse me, and it's like being around them for so long. Like, so Solo is 2 years older than me, and Ye is 2 years younger than me, and we all grew up like triplets. So we all like, if I'm thinking one way, I know Solo gonna be thinking the same way, but it's gonna be unorthodox. But we thinking the same thing though. Ye gonna come pick up the pieces exactly the same way. And so it's like when I'm doing something, they can see what I'm trying to do and help bring that vision to life. So it's never really no back and forth. It's kind of like I understand what you're doing, and this is what we need to do to take it to the next level. So they very influential. All my decisions get ran through them before I even put it out to the world.
Well, you're doing big things, man. I love that you're doing Slime World News. I love that you got this crazy project out, Summer Smash. Do you have anything else like moving forward? Like anything else like you got dropping or anything else you want to tackle this summer or this year as a whole?
So this year as a whole, my biggest thing is to have Slime World, the label, come to life like in another aspect. I'm talking about signing artists, being able to mentor artists, because one thing that I pride myself on is versatility. You go listen to Summer Smash, it's a very versatile, however you want to say it, project. And that's the biggest thing moving forward. What else I want to do is I see myself, going to fuck these brands and being a creative director. Being able to come out with more Slime World merch or more Slime World clothing that is, completely under my control. Like I had to say so, the final word. Then I also am just gonna fill y'all in on a little secret. Summer Smash Deluxe on the way. So that's the biggest one. Y'all make sure y'all really look at it. I just want to put it out like this. Like, it's a lot of hits on there. There's going to be a lot of vibes on the Deluxe.
I feel you. We ready to tap in. For real. You got any other questions, my guys?
Nah, man. That shit was a dope interview.
For real. LILBOYROC.
Appreciate you, my guy.
Appreciate you.